Have you ever felt your heart race just because someone asked you to speak English in public? Like your mind goes blank and suddenly you forget everything you know? Today, something happened on the street that honestly shocked me, and I feel like a lot of people are going through this silently.
Yeah, I felt that. It's crazy how one simple question can make you feel so small, right? Like you know the words, but they just don't come out. And then you start thinking, what if people laugh at me? Hey guys, welcome back. Today's episode is very real, very emotional, and honestly, very eye opening. I went out on the street and asked random people to speak English with me. Simple questions, nothing hard, but the reactions I got, I didn't expect that. Oh, wow. I can already imagine. Because this is not just about English, right? It's about fear, confidence, and what people think about us. I've been in that situation so many times, and it hurts when you want to speak, but you just can't. Exactly. So today, we're not just talking about English. We're talking about that fear inside you and how to slowly break it. So, let me tell you what happened. I walked up to a guy, normal guy, maybe in his 20s. I smiled and said, "Hey, can you answer a simple question in English?" And he just froze, like completely froze. Wait, really? He didn't even try? No, that's the thing. He looked at me, smiled a little, but then said, "Sorry, I can't." And I could see it in his face. He knew some English, but fear stopped him. That's actually sad, because I've been that person. You understand everything, but when it's your turn to speak, silence. And inside you're like, I know this, why can't I say it? Exactly. Have you felt this before? Like your brain knows the sentence, but your mouth just doesn't move? Yes, so many times, especially in front of people, when you feel like everyone is watching you, judging you. Even if they're not, your mind tells you they are. That's true. Let me tell you about another person. This girl, she said yes. She said, "Okay, I'll try." And honestly, her English was not perfect. But she tried? Yes, and that's the difference. She made mistakes, paused a lot, but she kept going. And I told her, "You're doing great." Oh, wow, I love that. Because sometimes we don't need perfect English, we just need courage. Exactly. Say this with me. I don't need perfect English. I just need to speak. Yes, say it again slowly. I don't need perfect English. I just need to speak. How did that feel? Simple, right? But powerful. Very powerful. Because the problem is not English. The problem is fear. Let's do a small role play. Imagine this. You're on the street. Someone comes to you and says, "Hi, can I ask you a question?" What would you say? I think I would say, yes, you can ask, even if I feel nervous. That's good. See, that's already a start. Now imagine they ask, "What do you do?" I would say, "I am a student and I am learning English." Perfect. Simple, clear, real. No need for big words. Exactly. People think they need fancy sentences, but simple is enough. Here's something important. Listen carefully. When you speak, you don't need to impress people. You just need to express yourself. That's deep. Express, not impress. I like that. Yeah, repeat after me. I speak to express, not to impress. Say it again. I speak to express, not to impress. Have you felt pressure to sound perfect? All the time, and that pressure makes everything worse. You start overthinking every word. Exactly. And then you stop speaking. Can I share something personal? Of course. I remember one time I was in a group. Everyone was speaking English. I knew what I wanted to say, but I stayed quiet. And later, I felt so bad. I understand that. It hurts more when you don't try. Yes, because you lose the chance and you lose confidence. That's why this is important. Every time you stay silent, fear grows. Every time you speak, even a little, fear gets smaller. Let's ask the audience something. Have you ever stayed silent even when you knew the answer? Pause and think about it. Don't lie to yourself. We've all been there.
Now imagine you say just one sentence. Not perfect, just one sentence. That one sentence can change everything because that's how confidence starts. So, let's talk about what we learned today. First, the problem is not your English, it's the fear inside you. We saw people who knew English but didn't speak, and we also saw something else. The people who tried, even with mistakes, they felt better. They smiled, they felt proud. Exactly. So the real question is, do you want to stay silent or do you want to grow? That's a strong question. Because growth feels uncomfortable, but silence feels worse. Say this with us. I will speak even if I make mistakes. Again, slowly. I will speak even if I make mistakes. This is your starting point. Not perfect English, just honest effort. And remember, nobody is judging you as much as you think. People are busy with their own lives. Your fear is louder than reality. That's true. So next time someone asks you something in English, don't run, don't hide. Take a breath, smile, and say something. Anything. Because that moment matters. We want to hear from you. What is your biggest fear when speaking English? Write it in the comments. Be honest. We're here to understand you. And if this conversation helped you, like this video, share it with someone who needs this. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're going to keep talking about real problems, like real friends. You're not alone in this. Never. We'll see you in the next one. Take care and keep speaking. Heart?